Am I the idiot for choosing my sister-in-law over my brother? I, 17, female. My brother is 29, female. And my sister-in-law is 29, female. My brother Jake, fake name, and sister-in-law Ashley, fake name, had been together since they were 15. They got married when they were 20 and have 3 kids together. Ashley and I have always been close. She's like the big sister I never had. My whole family loves and adores her, and she and Jake always seem to have the perfect relationship. A couple of weeks ago, Jake went on a trip with some friends for the weekend because it was one of their birthdays. Ashley didn't go and stayed home with the kids. However, during the trip Jake only checked in with Ashley once, which was when he arrived at the destination, and never again after that. It was unusual because he's always on his phone and told Ashley and my family that he would check in. Ashley decided to call one of Jake's friends to see if something had happened, but when his friend answered, he told Ashley that there was no trip and he had no idea where my brother was. After that, we told Ashley to come and stay with us for the rest of the weekend as she was a bit distraught. My brother eventually came home on Monday and said that he had lost his phone, which was absolute BS, and we all knew it. Before he returned, we asked Ashley what she wanted to do with what she knew. She told us not to bring it up with Jake and not to jump to conclusions, and that she will handle it. After my brother arrived, he and Ashley headed back to their house. A few days later, my brother massaged my mom to see if he could stay at ours for a bit, but he didn't say why. Not too long after, Ashley messaged us and told us that she confronted him about the trip and how she knew it didn't exist. He kept denying it and said that she was just being crazy and that he just lost his phone. He eventually confessed that he was at a coworker's house and that he had been hooking up with her for a few months. His excuse was that Ashley and him hardly had sex anymore, and so he needed to find someone to fulfill his needs. Ashley ended up kicking him out, and they decided to get a divorce. My brother ended up moving in with us until he found a place of his own and until the divorce was finalized. I haven't spoken to him since he moved in and don't plan to. All I can do is look at him in disgust. I have so much hatred towards him after what he did to Ashley. My parents are disappointed in him but still love him because he is their son. They told me to forgive him because he is my brother, but I just can't. I have started going to Ashley's every day after school to help with the kids and take some stress off her. My brother found out about this and is mad at me for going over there. He told me to cut her off since they are not together anymore, and says she is no longer a part of our family, so there is no need for me to go see or speak to her. I told him that she will always be a part of our family because she is the mother of your kids. Just because you fricked up your relationship with her doesn't mean I have to. I will always love her and I will not be cutting her off. I told him that I will choose her over you if it comes down to that. After that argument, he has not spoken to me or even looked at me. Every time he sees me, he walks the other way. My parents have told me to apologize and fix things with him, but I don't think that will ever happen. My other brothers have sided with him, and all think I'm a piece of poop for choosing Ashley over my brother. Deep down, I still love my brother and don't want to lose him, but what he did is unforgivable to me. Now for a few comments before the update. Your brother is a prick. The rest of your family are enabling his bad behavior. Maybe when Ashley takes away the grandkids they might change their tune. You are being a decent human being. Comment 2. I find your brother's behavior very bizarre. He cheats and then tells you to sever ties with the mother of your nieces and nephews. You are a good person for helping your sister-in-law. She sounds wonderful. Comment 3. He chose to make her family when he married her and was with her for over a decade. He brought her into the family fold. But he's not the only person in the family, and it's not up to him to dictate who is and who isn't family, just like it isn't their place to dictate who is and isn't family to you, meaning your POS brother. After over a decade, and actual blood-related nibblings, she's your family. Ask your mom if she'd be cool with your dad cheating on her and you choosing his side. Now for the update. Firstly, I just wanted to answer a common question I keep getting. Is my brother still in contact with his kids? No, he is not. He has not seen or spoken to them since he was kicked out. His own choice. Okay, so I have not spoken to my brother since our argument. He refuses to talk to me as well as acknowledge me. My parents still insist that I apologize and make things right with him. I have told them I would try to make things right, but I will not be apologizing. However, my brother does not want to hear anything I say. I have spoken with my parents about everything and how I feel. It was pointless. They don't even try to understand my side of things. It's just all about my brother to them. Ashley and the kids are doing great. Her family has come down to support her and help out. I also still go over there whenever I can. My parents have not seen the kids or spoken to them either. Ashley has made it clear that they can visit anytime they like, but because my brother doesn't want us to have anything to do with her, they refuse to go over. Ashley plans to gain full custody of the kids, to which my brother has agreed upon. This was the only time they have spoken to each other since they split up. Ashley is also planning to move closer to her parents, which I'm sad about but also happy for her and the kids. They deserve to be happy and away from all this toxicity. I don't know if my brother and I will ever fix our relationship, but I honestly don't care anymore. I'm planning to go no contact with him once he leaves. There's not much more to say. My brother is still behaving like a child and my parents and brothers still stand beside him. Comment 1. I think it is so pathetic that your parents are giving up a relationship with their own grandchildren for a man who only cares about the wrong part of his anatomy. I wish Ashley all the best going forward with her and her kids' lives. A little advice: as soon as you can, go no contact with your parents and brother, since they are obviously punishing the wrong parties here, being Ashley, and the innocent parties being the kids. Any man who can walk away from his children for a fling isn't a man at all. Comment 2. I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're the idiot. Your brother may have messed up, but family comes first. You should be supporting your blood-related sibling, not his ex-wife. I get that you were close with her, but she's not your family anymore. Your parents are right. You need to apologize and fix things with your brother. Choosing your sister-in-law over him is just plain wrong. He's going through a tough time, and he needs his family to be there for him, not against him. It's sad to see how you're all turning your backs on him and siding with Ashley. Yes, what he did was terrible, but he's still your brother, and he deserves your support. Stop enabling his ex-wife's decision to cut him off from his kids and the family. Step up and be a better sister. Comment 3. What a pathetic human piece of garbage he is. I hope Ashley gets child support. Her kids deserve this. Your parents aren't good either. They are enabling your brother with his bad behavior. They took it too far by abandoning their own grandkids. I hope karma hits your brother like a train someday. Now, for the next story. Am I the idiot for not telling my kids the real reason why me and their father divorced all those years ago? I, 35 female, have 2 teenage daughters, 18 and 16, with my ex-husband, 37. We were together until my daughters were 8 and 10 when I found out my husband had been cheating on me for almost 3 years. Before finding out, I had already checked out the relationship because while he was out with other women I had to do 100% of the child care plus work a full-time job, so I never had time to myself. We did try to make it work, but I just didn't love him anymore, so in the end, we divorced. We split everything down the middle. We both had 50-50 custody since he started shaping up into a decent father. We both decided that we would never tell our children the real reason because I wanted my daughters to have a good and healthy relationship with their dad. My ex-husband did end up marrying the girl he cheated on me with, but I harbored no hard feelings. I just wanted her to treat my girls right. Fast forward now, my ex-husband and his wife have 2 sons, 7 and 5, and I'm married to my husband, 40, and I'm currently 6 months pregnant with another girl. We all get along well, and there are no hard feelings towards anybody. Sometimes, when I take my girls out, I take their brothers, and when me and my husband and I need alone time, they will take the girls. Recently, my daughters started putting together the pieces using their 7-year-old brother's birth date, and when my and their father's divorce was finalized. My father and I didn't know they were doing this, but we did think it was weird that they asked us about our divorce until yesterday, when both of my daughters confronted me when I came home from work. I did try to deny it, but in the end, I told them what happened. They asked me why I didn't tell them, and I said because it was none of their business what happened in a previous marriage. Everyone is happy, and that's what matters. This caused a big fight between them, claiming it was their business, and now they are upset with me but also have been ignoring their father, which is hurting him and his family. Am I the idiot? Edit. A lot of you guys are saying that my girls aren't dumb and they would have found out. They aren't, but I didn't think they would try to go in depth of what happened in me and their father's marriage. The reason for the divorce was always that we just didn't love each other anymore, but we loved them. Another edit. I'm not trying to tell my girls how to feel at all. I just don't want them to have the thought in their head, what if my dad didn't cheat? Maybe they would still be together. Which isn't true. I want them to understand that regardless of if their dad was faithful, we would have divorced. We were young, and we thought that you were supposed to marry the person you had kids with. Of course, we loved each other, but as we grew older, we realized we just had different plans for life. My ex and I decided that we would sit them down later today and have a chat. Now for a few comments before the update. As a counselor, who admitted doesn't do a lot of marriage work, one thing that I think you're missing is that it is their business, at least emotionally. When we love someone, we don't want them to be hurt and betrayed. They obviously feel that dad hurt and betrayed you. It's also their business because maybe they were unhappy with the divorce and now know dad broke up the family. Maybe validate them loving you, but explain your healing process and why you value their relationship with their father. Then the original poster responded with, "Thank you for this advice. Them having a relationship with their dad is very important to me. I've healed a long time ago, and I'm incredibly happy about the outcome of this rough situation." Comment 2. Soft, you're the idiot for dismissing their feelings now. I understand why you didn't tell them, but now that they know, stop acting like they should just get over it. They could be upset at the life they could have had, and the betrayal of the family by their father. You and your ex should try and help them process their emotions and not just stomp it down because you think everyone is happy with the outcome. Comment 3. Not the idiot, but the girls do have a right to have their own feelings about this, and you shouldn't push them to let it go. For them, it's what broke their family up. To them, their dad put another woman before you and them by betraying his family. Stay out of it as much as you can. Then the original poster responded with, I know I should stay out of it, but I don't want them to do something they would regret. I don't want them to take out their anger on their little brothers, especially since they look up to them. Now for the update. Today, my ex-husband, me, and the girls were supposed to have a family chat, but he had a family emergency concerning his wife because she had twisted her ankle at her 7-year-old son's soccer game. I hope she feels better. Anyways, they were understandably upset and took this as another sign that he was putting his new family over them. I didn't say anything and instead let them vent, and I comforted them. From what my ex-husband is saying, we would have to wait another time to have this conversation all together. Regardless, I still wanted to talk to my girls tonight. At first, it was incredibly awkward and the air was filled with tension. I could feel that they didn't trust me and it hurt because it's my fault. I started talking and I first apologized for telling them that it wasn't their business. I reassured them that everything that happened in their home was their business, and I was truly sorry for making them feel like they didn't matter because they were the most important things that ever happened to me. At this point, my 16-year-old started to cry a bit, which made me start to cry because I knew the news was a lot for her. I ended up telling them the reason why I kept it for so long, because I wanted them to have a good relationship with their dad and I didn't want them to worry about adult matters so young, especially when they already had a lot going on. I told them I just wanted to shield them from anything that could hurt them, which I then apologized for because, in the end, it was wrong and they deserved to know. I told them from now on I was gonna be more open to any questions they had about me and their father's marriage. I also explained that I wouldn't tell them how they should move on when it comes to their dad and I would support them if they needed time away from them. I did tell them that any anger that they have towards their dad and stepmom, they should never take it out on their brothers. They said that they still loved their brothers, but they just didn't want to see their dad or stepmom right now. I asked them how they felt, and they were understandably upset and felt like they were easily replaceable, which broke my heart. I told them that their father has a lot to work on, but they can always count on me and they could never be replaceable to me. At this point, we were all crying while we were hugging. They ended up asking how I felt and I was truthful. I told them I was confused and I didn't know how to feel. By this point, we were quiet. My 16-year-old was laying her head on my belly while my 18-year-old was resting her head on my shoulder. I am gonna try to get my 18-year-old back into therapy. They do want to cut off their dad and stepmom, as a lot of you guys suspected, but they are afraid they won't see the boys anymore, which may be true. Regardless, my husband and I are 100% there for them. I'm very thankful for all the advice given. I was being completely selfish, which ended up hurting everyone even more. I don't know if I will make another upset because I'm 80% sure the family talk with my ex-husband will not happen. Comment 1. You are a good mom. An even better mom because you realized your mistake and how it hurt them. I hope you ex talks to them without making excuses and respect if they want to maintain low contact with him. As I said in the first post, your sins follow you when you don't own up to them, and that's what is happening with him. Comment 2. You're the idiot. You shouldn't have told them the truth. Keeping it hidden was the right decision. Now you've disrupted their view of their father and made them upset for no reason. They were living happily without knowing, and now you've brought unnecessary pain into their lives. Your daughters are acting immature, and you should have told them to deal with it and move on. It's not like your ex-husband cheated on them. It was between you and him. You should have shielded them from adult matters, as you initially did. Now you're indulging their emotions and encouraging them to cut off their father, which is unfair to him and his family. It's time to tell your daughters to grow up and accept that life isn't perfect. You've made a mess by opening this can of worms, and you need to fix it by telling them to move on and stop acting like spoiled brats. Comment 3. I think if they want to have or try to have a relationship with their father, therapy will be the way to go. Maybe even family counseling if they want to try. Because their feelings are valid, but they change and they may not feel as strongly in 10 years from now. They need to process their feelings on this. If you like this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.